Hi, friends. I'm just going to say hello here. Oh, let me see if I can move the captioning. Yay. All right. Hello, my name is Professor Langley Cook, and I wanted to welcome you to STEP, perhaps for the first time, perhaps for your last semester, but this is a little overview of all of the things you need to know for STEP, the Secondary Teacher Education Program. We are going to just do a quick review. So if you're unsure what you do at each step or what step's all about, then this is the video for you. If you pay attention to your emails and what we call the Big Step Canvas shell, you will see an invitation to do this meeting live and in person every single fall. And so we hope you'll join us for that. But this is our spring version. We don't have an in-person meeting. And this will hopefully help for all of us to be able to just see what we need to do and ask questions. As always, you can reach out to me via email, kelly.langleycook@unco.edu. Oh, the closed caption didn't do too bad on that. And you can also reach out to Dr. Tomlin or Dr. Haberman with any questions. And then Paige Johnson, Johsen, in the Student Success Center for HSS, the HSS Student Success Center is just a whiz at all things STEP as well. So those are some good places to get help. All right, so here's what you need to know to get into or be in STEP. First of all, this is a meeting or a video, I should say, for every history education major. You're actually registered as a history education major. This is for you, okay? You need to have a 2.5 GPA to be in the teaching program and a 2.67 in all your history courses. Honestly, let's try to keep those GPAs at 2.75 or above. It looks better on your transcripts as you're getting a job, and it also is just easier to make sure there's no wiggle room as you are trying to get through school and get to your teaching license. Okay, the next thing you need to know is something I just mentioned. Are you in the Big Step shell? So let me show you what that looks like. To be in the Big Step shell, I'll go to mine and I'll show you just how the shell will look. Okay, so it just says STEP, Secondary Teacher Education Program. It's blue like that. And this is for everybody the entire time that you are in the STEP program. So please make sure that you are part of this STEP shell. That's going to be really important for your success in the STEP program because we do a lot of announcements through here all the time, everything you need to know, including very important due dates and very important meetings that we have. So please make sure that you are in that STEP shell. Okay. So the next thing you need to know is to please pay attention to all the communication. One of the professional expectations for our teachers in the teacher program is to check your email 1 time per day, Monday through Friday. You can keep regular quote unquote office hours, 9 to 5 is great, but you need to check all the time, and you need to also check Canvas. Make sure you have it set up to show you notifications. You'll notice that sometimes in the STEP program itself, so this is our STEP shell right here, but you will be inside of another STEP shell for step 1, 2, or 3. When you're actually in those steps with us in social studies education, those will look like that. And then you'll be in an additional STEP shell through the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences. I do not have that on here. That one is through Cheryl Sparks, and you'll be enrolled in that STEP shell. Oftentimes, Cheryl will make things an announcement, or I'm sorry, an assignment rather than an announcement. So make sure to check back with that all the time. Very important that you do whatever Cheryl tells you to do and do it on time. If you need to turn in a packet in person, if you need to get a signature, you need to pay attention to that. So the way you should see it is Cheryl is the paperwork and official placement part of the STEP program. Dr. Tomlin, Dr. Haberman, and myself, we are the social studies part of the program. Okay. When you are trying to enter STEP, either STEP 161, that's your very first one, or STEP 363, only Professor Cook, Dr. Tomlin, or Dr. Haberman can sign those. No matter who your official advisor is, we have to be the ones to sign it. So make sure that we are the person that signs your official paperwork. You need to get all your checkpoints done correctly and on time. So let's look at what that looks like. If I go to UNCO checkpoint STEP, I can Google it right there. And then I go to my checkpoint courses. Okay. Now you can read through this. And pay close attention that we are the secondary program, okay? If you're starting STEP, there's all of these things that you're going to need to do, and that's right here. That's the email, that's the address that you need to get to. By the way, I'll also share this slideshow along with this video, and you'll be able to see all of these links and just click on them. You'll have a checklist to initially get into STEP the first time, and you have to do all of these things exactly like they say to do them. So please pay very careful attention to them. Notice too that you have to get fingerprinted. And so make sure that you go early because your due date for spring is going to be March 15th. If you're entering STEP for the spring, you need to do it in the fall. If you're entering STEP for the fall, you need to do it in the spring. I hope that's not too confusing. So for those of you who think you'd like to be in STEP 161 in fall of 2023, you need to get all of this done before March 15th. For folks who are STEP 363, they are moving into that. You'll do the full admission to PTEP right here, and we'll talk about that later. I'm most concerned about people who have never been in it and knowing that there's something that you need to do this semester to be fully admitted and part of the STEP program next semester. There's more on this slideshow about that, but reach out with questions and email if you are confused. Okay. When you are planning your schedule ahead of time, please plan, oh, I guess we can't see the captioning that way. Please plan to get all or have STEP on Tuesdays, 5 to 7 p.m. every single semester that you are in STEP. So save that time. Don't plan work, don't plan activities, don't plan classes. When you are in your STEP courses, you will also be in a local school. And so you'll need transportation to that school. And so plan ahead for that as well. Again, this we will explain quite a bit when you are first in the STEP, but these are good things to think ahead on. Okay. As you are registering and as you are in your classes, and even right now, if you're watching this at the very beginning of spring, like let's say January, double, triple check your schedule to make sure that all of your LACs also count for your social studies major. So you're asking, when are you ready to be in which STEP? Well, for everyone already in the STEP program probably knows which one you're doing next. But if you are wanting to enter STEP 161, you should do that when you have most of your LACs done, most of your History 100 levels done, and you have a pretty solid GPA. For most people, that's going to be the first or second semester of their sophomore year. So you might say to yourself, well, I'm already a history major. Why do I have to do all these other things? I know, welcome to teaching. It's just kind of like that. You still need to apply to be in the STEP classes, and you'll have to apply again, so pay close attention. Okay, once again, these links will be shared with you. You'll have this whole slideshow as well as this video, and so you should be able to jump right in there. What's important is you put this into your calendar so you remember to do it. If you are starting the STEP program, you're going to be in STEP 161. Okay, you will also need to create a COOL account. That is something you'll do right when you start STEP 161. That keeps all of your records as a professional educator in one place at the Colorado Department of Education. You can click on that here. Once you're done with STEP 161, so if you're watching this video as a refresher and you need to move to 162, there's nothing you need to do. You should just email Cheryl Sparks to let her know you plan to be in STEP 262 that following semester. If you're moving from STEP 262 to 363, that's called the full admission to PTEP. Here is the link. It's a really similar process. Everyone, 363 is the last step you take before student teaching. So you must take STEP 363 and SOSC 341 before you student teach. You cannot take them earlier. You have to take them the immediate semester before student teaching. STEP 363 and SOSC 341 are the courses that prepare you for student teaching. Okay, if you are in STEP 363 right now, I want to remind you to take the Praxis. Hopefully you've already started taking it. Take Social Studies Praxis 5081. You need to apply to student teach. We'll do that actually in our methods class. And remember that you never contact a school for your own placement. So let's say you love your social studies teacher back in Aurora at Eagle Crest High School. Please do not contact her. She might be amazing, but she cannot put you in a placement. Only Cheryl Sparks can do that. Okay. Before or during STEP 363, you have to be done with all of your LACs. STEP Phase 2, most of your History 300s, History 280. You can't enter STEP 3 until you're ready to be done with college and move on to STEP 464, which is also student teaching. Ideally, this is what your schedule will look like for your last semester of your senior year before student teaching. You'll take STEP 363, SOSC 341, a History 300, Ed Tech 499, and History 480. Okay, very important, as you can see, that you're basically doing a double major. So please make a 4-year plan and follow it. You must make a 4-year plan and follow it. You cannot student teach if you don't have all your classes done. So if you fail a class or you have one class still to take, you can't even take it in the summer, you need to have it done. You cannot do it unless you successfully complete step 363 in SOSC 341. You have to pass the praxis and you have to do all the paperwork on time. So pay attention to that. Here's going to be a quick list for links. And again, if you're brand new, you're going to want to do these right here. That means I want to be in the STEP program in fall of 2023. And that's really all you need to know right now. Just do these things and we'll take care of the rest of you. If you are in step 262 and you're moving into 363 for fall of 2023, yeah, I'm saying that right, then you're going to want to do this right here. And then all of the folks currently in 363, I will work with you in class. Okay, if you're curious, what are you going to do in each of these steps? Well, step 161, it's an introduction to teaching. And to be quite honest, some people find out that they don't love teaching, and that's just fine. This is a good place to explore. It's not a lot of credits, and it gives you a chance to see if you really want to be a teacher. By step 262, we feel you're pretty committed and you're ready to do it. And so you will learn stuff about classroom culture and classroom management. And step 363 is the big dog. That's when you get ready for your future classroom. Okay. Because I told you at the very beginning, you will be in a classroom every single step. Here are how many hours you will be in those classrooms. So you'll want to plan that ahead as well. As you're making your schedule, give yourself a lot of off time so that you can drive to and be at your school. For 161s and 262s, you need to be in your school 32 or more hours. 32 is the very minimum. Okay, you also need to do 10 volunteer hours. You can chaperone the prom or help with the track meet, but they cannot be paid and they must be with middle or high school students. For step 363, you need to do 90 hours. You're going to teach at least 5 lessons and create a work sample. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's 5 to 6 hours per week in a classroom minimum. And usually the 363s are in there over 100 hours. It's an incredible experience, and you will be able to really connect with students and really learn a lot about yourself as a teacher and hopefully feel totally prepared as you go into student teaching. So that's it for this video. Even as I'm saying all of these crazy things, it feels like it could be very confusing, and I'm the one who wrote the slideshow. So I want to encourage you to reach out to me via email, kelly.langleycook@unco.edu. I'm going to write it down right here since you can see it. And please ask questions early and often. We don't want you to get behind. We want you to have a wonderful time in the STEP program. So please ask anything you need to set up a meeting. My office hours are Tuesday, Thursdays, 1:30 to 3 p.m. and Ross 3294. And we really hope you have a great semester, that all of this makes sense, that you'll reach out with questions if you need to, and that you have a lovely year. Bye-bye.